so this is gonna go very quickly. So this is my sketchbook number 2. This is a mixed media master's touch sketchbook that I kind of unfortunately turned into like a junk journal / sketchbook. Okay, so I didn't like the cover, so I think I put acrylic white on the cover, and then I used, I'm not exactly sure what I used to kind of like doodle my own cover. And I know it looks like it goes with it, but it's something I drew because I didn't like the cover that came with the sketchbook. Okay, and it is in, what is it, the twin wire thingamabob. Okay, I keep saying okay, but I'm getting there. So first page, I have it started in June 2021 because that was when I started this journal sketchbook. Because the problem is that when I get sketchbooks, I like to draw like in the first few pages. I don't know why I do that, but I did that for this one. I also did that for my sketchbook 3. So yeah, so this one starts in June 2021. I actually might need to put in, was it December 2025, because that was when I ended it. So I've had this sketchbook for 4 years that I've been working in it. And so this came from my alma mater. I am a graduate of this university. And then we go to the first illustration I ever created in the sketchbook, which is when I made 50 followers on Twitch. And that was in April of 2023. Yay me. This was a huge achievement. This is something I really wanted to do. And at the time, I didn't have my Ohuhu markers, but I had, I think, 5 Below's markers. And so I used those to kind of like color this page. And I love the lettering. I love how experimental I was with this. And the, you know, just the experimentation I did with it. Because I wanted to try the paper and see how the paper would do. And then also I was trying out different mediums on my Twitch streams at that time. So that is why it looks the way it looks. Or that's why, I guess, to explain the further pages that you'll see of me trying out different mediums. So this was alcohol markers back in April of 2023. And then, so this page was blank. This page was blank for the longest time. And then I did this one on the 24th of April, 2023. And this was the pastel, oil pastels. I had got them, I think they were like $5 at Hobby Lobby. And I wanted to try them out because they reminded me of childhood, like when I was in school, elementary school, and we used oil pastels to create artworks. I couldn't remember the technique we used to use them, so I was very much winging it for this one. But I used one of the prompts from my 642 Things to Draw book, and the prompt was a roller coaster. And I kind of went crazy with it, and I tried many things. I tried hairspray to kind of, what do you call it? I'm trying to make sure it doesn't transfer. To, I don't know what it's called, to protect the page or keep it from transferring over, but it didn't do nothing. It did absolutely nothing. So I think I pulled out some glue, and I just washed the glue over it, like used it. And so it set it so it doesn't come off. But yeah, this is a horrible illustration. It was very experimental. I hate to say that it's horrible because it was me trying, but it is what it is. And I think this was my second attempt with the oil pastels. I don't think this was a prompt. I think this was just me just trying stuff out. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing with this one. I think I was just frustrated with the oil pastels, period. And so I just decided that I was not going to use them anymore, and I got rid of them. So me and oil pastels will have a forever ever hate relationship unless something miraculous happens and I change my mind. So this one is this is where the junk journaling started. Now this is February of 2025 or 24. I'm not exactly sure. But this came on some packaging that I had in an order. And it was cute enough that I just wanted to include it in the journal, because it was a lot of pages that had blank throughout the sketchbook that I decided to go back and just like cover it with stuff. And I was really enjoying using like regular scraps or junk that I had around the house, paper junk, to add in here, and then use my Posca markers to kind of like doodle something around it. So, and then I could say never saw it because I haven't ever seen it. But yeah, so this is out of the timeline of the front facing pages. I just didn't want this page to remain blank, so I just covered it up with some junk that was on some packaging that I got. So on to this one, and I'm not exactly, so this one is also April 24th, 2023, and I believe that this was a fire escape prompt. And yeah, so I think this was gouache. Crazy enough, I had got a mystery pack from St. Louis Art Supply, and in it was green gouache. I've never used gouache before. I'm pretty sure this is, you know, not the acrylic gouache, but this is regular gouache. So I could reactivate this with water, but I wanted to test it out since I only had the green, and I decided to kind of do an illustration and use the green gouache to kind of add color to the illustration. But it was supposed to be like the fire being was trying to jump out of the window, hence the just jump. I think at this point I was trying to create stories to go along with my illustrations, and so yeah, it didn't really work out that way. Or not that it didn't work out that way, it's just that I was not following through with the story. I was just creating. I mean, it worked for the stream, like when a lot of these I did on stream, so yeah. And this one was a luminescent plankton, and I decided to break down the words also, and I decided to use the green gouache differently. So I decided to draw plankton and draw a light, so to illuminate the plankton. That was just how I interpreted the prompt. I think these are supposed to be rocks. I'm not exactly sure. I very much just kind of winged it. This is another 2-page spread of me trying out a new medium. So this is me trying out gouache. I don't exactly know what my feelings are towards gouache, but it is what it is. I'm just, I am still on the fence, or on the question mark side of using gouache in the future or not. It is very opaque. It is very, I don't know. It's not as movable as I'm used to with watercolors, but it's all right. It's all right. But I like the way I drew this light bulb. It's very doodle-esque, or very sketchy looking. I think I was at this point, I was loving the sketchy look that I was doing for a lot of my illustrations. Excuse me, especially because I think at this point I was still in my first sketchbook, but because the first sketchbook was watercolor paper, I decided to use, like, if I was experimenting with other mediums, I decided to use my mixed media sketchbook. So there's that. And so to move on to April 26, 2023, this was a beneficial bacteria. Now, crazy enough, I ended up using this portion as like a thumbnail for a later illustration that you'll see in the sketchbook, because I did end up adding the finished. And now that I'm thinking about it, I could have put it on my wall. But the finished illustration that I'll get to eventually. And so this one was a beneficial bacteria prompt. This one was a cabin, and this was done in May of 2023. Yeah, I think I did. I don't know. I didn't research cabins. If anything, this looks like a barn house. But anyway, this one was mushrooms, and this was done in May as well. And this was just me, I think, going off the top of my head of what I thought mushrooms looked. Or maybe I did look for references during this stream. But the markers I'm using are my Tombow water-based markers. So I use the black to do, and actually I think I did use the gouache to do the background, because I just did a bunch of splotches just to get rid of some of the paint that I had. So I think that carried me over to a few pages. And then I used the pen here, but I think I used the Tombow markers that I had to kind of draw on the green gouache splotches. So yeah, I think I thought it was marker because of how dry it looked here, but it's gouache. And so that's this page of multiple prompts. And then to move on to this page is still May, and this is shrubbery. I think I was trying to figure out my style of how I was going to do vegetation. And I don't think I did a good job of figuring that out. But I've gotten better with it. So yeah. Still using the gouache background. This one was Bob Marley. And I don't know what the heck that is. I think it's supposed to be a flag. But I just decided to letter Bob Marley. I think at this point I was burned out. I think I was putting too many prompts into one stream. And I was just getting frustrated and overwhelmed. So we're going to go down to, it's still May, but it's a different day in May. And this one was a full house. And for some reason I was eating Pop-Tarts that day. And the reason I can remember this vividly is because of what I drew. And so I decided to draw a house full of Pop-Tart beans and just have it in the house. I guess, whatever. And then this one was bubbles. And then I guess this was me trying to experiment with different shape bubbles. Not sure. And then this one is supposed to be fangs. I don't know how to draw. At this point, I still didn't know how to draw people. I still really don't know how to draw people, but I'm better than where I was. So this is me trying to draw fangs. That's the nose. That's the eyes. This actually looks like, I don't know if any of y'all watch One Piece, but one of the sea men or sea giants looks like this. He's just big. And if he had fangs, I think this would be how he would look. I wish I could just pop a picture in of what he looks like. I probably will in the video, in the editing portion of it. But yeah, that's what he looks like now that I'm looking at it. But this is supposed to be fangs. And then over to here, this is supposed to be pickles. Now, I did do, I think, a finished piece of this. I don't want to call it finished, but like a more solid version of this illustration in my watercolor sketchbook. Because like I said, I think I was using this one in my first sketchbook interchangeably. And so this is kind of a finished look. I do have a finished illustration that I will post again in the editing portion of the video of what my pickle prompt looks like finished. Yeah. And so this one is an ironing board. This is me drawing the ironing board with the iron. Yeah, anyway. I don't know why I put laundry here, but maybe just to, you know, add the correlation that this is an ironing board, which means you're ironing laundry, etc. And so this one is, I don't know what this one, I don't know why I'm doing Aqua Gang. I think I wanted to draw a dolphin. I don't know why I wanted to draw a dolphin, but I think I wanted to try like a logo to see if I could do it. And this is my first attempt at drawing a dolphin. And then like Aqua Gang. I don't know the story behind this illustration. I'll just say that. And so this is the paperclip prompt. And this is me doing like a binder clip or like even, you know, small paper clips and another binder clip. But this is like the clipboard binder clip that is usually on it, and as if somebody's asking interview questions. So that was a nice little doodle. Okay, now we're on to the non-gouache pages. So this has a multitude of things. So I decided, I think at this point, to start combining prompts. And just FYI, I will be redoing my 642 things to draw. If you have been paying attention to my YouTube channel, you have noticed that I have gotten rid of the old prompts that I had posted, because I'm going to redo them and actually do them justice because I have improved art-wise, skill-wise, that I do want to, hold on, my necklaces. I do want to show the improvement. So I want to doodle like what I think the prompt is going to look like. And then I want to do a finished piece that is either on like cardboard, a canvas, or watercolor paper. I don't have any other paper right now. I don't have any other mediums right now to use. Like I have my Posca markers, I have watercolor, I have crayons, color pencils, and alcohol markers. So those are the 5 mediums I'll be using right now until I get more art mediums. But that is the goal. Is like I want to do some of these prompts justice. If you've ever watched any of Casey Golden stuff or any other people who do drawing prompts, they use the prompt as a jumping off point to do a finished art piece, and that's kind of what I want to do going forward. So this is when I started combining art pieces, and this is still in May of 2023. And so the prompt was a trumpet and a burrito, and so I decided to create like a trumpet cup. Like it's like a trumpet, but it's housing burritos. And yeah, I do like the way I was trying to draw the burritos. They actually look very appetizing, besides the fact that I don't know what is actually in these burritos, but it is what it is. And then I believe that for these like swatches, I was using them for, I don't exactly know what I was using them for. It might be for a later illustration in the book, in the sketchbook, but it could also be for a coloring page. And I just needed paper to swatch the pages, swatch the markers, so I know what they look like. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the swatches are for. So onto this one. This one is the tube socks and a crayon. So I decided to create like my doodle version of tube socks with the design, like the pattern design, to be Crayola crayons. This one is something I think I would actually like to make a fin of, but again, I am going to be redoing this, so I don't want to get too attached to any of these illustrations, just in case I don't end up using them down the line. Now, I could use these for references going forward when I do restart the 642 things to draw. Also, I forgot to mention, I have a mini version, which is 642 tiny things to draw. So I have 2 different books, and I don't know if I'll use them interchangeably or if I do 2 different series. I think I'll do 2 different series just to keep things straight in my mind. But yeah, I'm so excited. And then I think this was also the time that I got my Ohuhu pens that are not waterproof, by the way. I've tried them. They are just regular pens. And this is just me just trying the thickness of the nib. And also for these 2 illustrations, I'm still using the Tombow water-based markers, or pens, if you want to call them that. I mean, they're both. I think in my mind, they're brushes and pens, because it's the brush nib and then it's the pen nib, fine point nib at the end. So this is a robot. I do enjoy drawing robots. I did have a character. His name wasn't King Claw. I can't remember. It was Robert and Roberta were the robot characters that I had. I may actually reprise them, because I've been trying to remember. I know I have King Claw. I have Bob the Blob. I have Professor Maine and Robert and Roberta, now that I remembered who they are. So I may just start, creating my characters and inputting them somewhere so that I remember who they are, so that y'all know who they are, and that it correlates to who I've created, I guess. Anyway, so this is still May 2023. This one is a mosquito and fruit cocktail, peg leg, and a spigot. So I know I Googled what a spigot was, because I didn't know what the heck a spigot was. I thought I had an idea what a spigot was, but I guess I wasn't. At that time, I was having a brain fart, because I was like, I don't know what it's asking me for. So this one is 4 prompts in 1. So I have the mosquito, which I think is a very adorable mosquito. I think I need to draw more insects in like a cartoony style, because this is so freaking adorable. I do have the fruit. I have it's supposed to be a peg leg. I don't know if I actually did it correctly, but this is the cup that's supposed to house the leg. And then this is the peg part of it. So I don't know. And this is supposed to be grapes. I think an apple, watermelon, melons. I don't know what these are. I know these are strawberries. I don't know what this is. I think these might be oranges. I think. I'm not sure. And then we have the spigot. And I think this is supposed to be water, but I don't know. But yeah, I think at this point I was just getting over the actual prompts, that I was just kind of, get over it. And so, okay, so this back from, where is it? So this is now being further sketched out and fleshed out here. And this is in June of 2023. And this is me using coloring pencils to kind of get a little bit more into what I was looking for. And so this is like a charity bacteria benefit for ants, or I guess any kind of, I don't know. I think this is like an organism. I'm not exactly sure what this was supposed to be, but I think I was trying to draw an ant. But this is like my own version of an animal. And then it's like, this is me trying thumbnailing for the first time. And yeah, I'm calling them wargs. So they're wargs. I don't know what is it, George? Plus, I had created a character and didn't even know it. So his name is Warg. So it's George plus worm equals Warg. So this is my character Warg. I didn't even remember that I made a character. But there we go. There we go. This is Warg. Gosh. And this was done in June. I don't know if I said that before, but I did end up, there's a more finished, a more complete version of this later, in the later pages. I have to hurry up. I have a story for everything. So this is something that was going on TikTok at the time. This guy wanted us to recreate his illustration in our own style. And I think that was, it was different than draw this in your style. I think it was more so, I don't know what it was more so, but this was just me trying my hand at creating something on the fly. I hadn't did a draw this in your style challenge in a minute. So this was just me just trying it the heck out. And I posted it and he enjoyed it. This is just severely such a sketch-esque piece. Yeah, this is wild. I don't show this often because this is not my original work. This is just a recreation of somebody else's original work. So yeah. And then this is another one of those empty pages because this was alcohol marker that I used on this. And I just pulled from my Honey Nut Cheerio box, and I liked the character and I liked the coloring. So I pulled this in. I pulled some craft paper that I had from also, I think, from brown paper bags, and just created a junk journal collage doodle-esque view. And so this is alcohol markers. When I think I had the Arteza, I had bought those before I got I had a lot of different Ohuhu markers. I mean, I had a lot of markers before I bought my Ohuhu markers, but this is my 31st. So this is in 2023, my 31st birthday. And this is like an illustration I did because I was also trying a different sketch style as well and just experimenting. And I wanted it to be pastel. And so, yeah. So another Honey Nut Cheerio journaling-esque junk journal situation. Looks very cool. And then this is my Free Palestine alcohol marker illustration. Yeah, I did something in my watercolor sketchbook that is commemorating the names of countries that are experiencing genocide, famine, and oppression. And then this is I wanted to put something in this sketchbook as well. And at this time, I think it was because more people were getting hip to what was going on in Gaza and Palestine, and I think the rhetoric at that time was still confusion, but still not fully picking either side of what side of the history they wanted to be on. So it was like pissing me off. So I decided to do this as my memory to myself to remember the side of history I wanted to be on. And then this is this came from a box of, I think it was like, I don't know if y'all know them Clorox toilet bowl cleaners. This was off of the box. And then this was from a wallet that I had got. I really liked the font on this, so I pulled this in here as well. And then I got some craft paper. And I did like a little, doodle-esque, collage-esque situation. And so now we're in 2024. Because I'm not exactly sure when this was that I did this, but now we're at 2024. So this is a coloring page that I once had once upon a time. It was from my Gothic Reader collection, and it was in mini pages because at that time I was still interested in selling physical versions of my coloring pages, and I didn't end up actually pulling the trigger on that all the way. So this is one of the pages that I did print out. And this is me coloring it. I think this is when I got the Ohuhu markers because of just the coloring. And the paper is really thick on this. I like that. So this is one of the coloring pages. And this is another. This actually is now in the shop, in my shop. And a bigger version. It's a little bit more modified. It's more solid border. But this is something I colored. This is not the coloring that I ended up doing for the actual coloring page that when I colored it myself again. This was me just experimenting again. I had just got the Ohuhu markers. No, not yet. Not yet. I didn't get them until... No, I got the Ohuhu markers in September of 2023. So I did have the Ohuhus here. And this is why, okay, so I did, okay, I think, I'm not sure. But this is a coloring page that has been revamped and is now available for purchase in my store. But yeah, very cute. This is my cactus bedroom coloring page. Really like it. And so this is when, in July of 2024, when I started using my sketchbook as like something of a brainstorm, like to actually sketch out my ideas for certain parts of my creative life. Because it was hard for me to visualize what I wanted. So I was like, just sketch it out in your sketchbook. And so this was me creating a version of what I thought my portfolio was going to look like. It did not actually stay this way. I don't even think I actually translated this well onto a website that I had at the time, but yeah. And then this is my rainbow stem coloring page, and this is me still doing the swatches, and this is still in August of 2024. Yeah, and I think from this point to this point, it's been a huge chunk of time, because I am currently, as I'm filming this, in January of 2026. So yeah. So this is my rainbow stem. This is not available. I don't know if I ever bring this back. I'm not sure. I do like the way I drew everything, but I'm not exactly sure if I bring this back into open for public consumption. I don't know. So this is my when I was trying to test out different sticker sheet sizes and just exactly where I wanted to go with sticker sheets, if I still wanted to continue doing sticker sheets. And so this is me just trying out different, like what ideas I thought about the different sizes. And so I just wrote like little notes to myself. And I think this was the first time I actually started further brainstorming what I wanted to see from some of my creative processes. So this was a good idea to do. I did end up going with the 8x8 sticker sheet size, but I ended up deciding not to make that a sticker sheet. It is now just an illustration that I've done for Animal Crossing with my own character that I created. And so this is also from, I want to say it's from my old school Reeboks. And this is like the tag from them. And I just wanted to put it in the sketchbook. Like I said, it's very, very much became a junk journal after a while. So this is also another junk journal entry. This is the Ring of Power. I've never actually seen this, but I love the colors and I love the marketing that I did for it, that I pulled out my Poscas and made like I hate to say a mural, but it's kind of like a mural with like the packaging that I got off of the Prime bags that I had from a grocery order. And then it carried over. So it's like a 3-page spread. So that's it. And then now we're in September of 2024. I am kind of speeding this up because I need to, because I don't want it to be like an hour long. So this is me trying out, I think it's the Art of Iraville, her book. I wanted to study things like how because I liked her art style, and I wanted to see what I could kind of pull from her kind of illustrating, her style of illustrating. And this is just me. I used the Tombow water-based markers to kind of give me a background each. And then I think I used the Ohuhu pens to illustrate. And I like the way she did her trees, because I remember in my Rugrats fan art piece that I did the trees kind of like this. And yeah, so this is just me experimenting. I think this is rocks. This is a tree. This is more rocks. Mushrooms. I really do like this purple background. I like that. More trees, like different type of trees. Rocks in the sun. I think this is me trying to figure out the shading, like, you know, the point of light. I still don't understand that all the way. Like I said, I'm self-taught, so I've never actually said that I'm self-taught, but I am self-taught, just so y'all know. So this was just me trying to figure it the heck out. I don't know how well of a job I did, but it is what it is. And then this one is like a water, like a lily pads water. I think I did a pretty good job. I just need to understand the perspective of water, and then drawing things over the water and then under the water. But this is my first attempt. And then this is still furthering this. And I think I did a better job here than here. It's like I've expounded on it. I do like the way I did this. This actually looks very nice. The lily pads are really nice, but yeah. And then this is cacti. I'd like to draw cactuses. One of my favorite things to draw, that and mushrooms. But I wanted to try like a different, like how she was doing it in her book. I wanted to see what was I pulling from what I was seeing from her illustrations in the book. So this is me also trying different versions of cactuses. I think this is actually my Posca pen blade. I don't know. I was having problems with Posca in the beginning. I'm not any better now with them, but I'm a little bit more proficient at using them. So that helps a lot. And so now we're into Inktober of 2024. This is the first Inktober I ever participated in, and it's the first Inktober I've ever completed. So for the first try, that was very good. And from all the research, I found out it was best to get ahead of them, to do them ahead of the time, and then, you know, post your either time lapse or finished piece of the prompt so that you stay up to date every day. And so this was, I don't know, I wanted to try spooky art. But unfortunately, this weird looking SpongeBob, it doesn't look as weird because I have pretty flowers around it. I try to put like the jellyfish ghost because it is in the month of October. So I wanted to do more spooky, and I think I was just trying different things. Like I gave him, I think, a zit or a pimple. I tried to make him look like he was crying. I tried to make the holes in his body look different. I think I was messing up here because I messed up with his leg. So I tried to make like these things were just, you know, climbing up his leg or whatever. I don't know. I think I was just doing the weirdest thing. It's not horrible, but it's also not spooky art in my mind, how I envisioned it to look. So this is all the prompts. So this is prompt 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is like, where's Waldo? 4, 5, 6. Where's 7? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Another me trying a spooky piece of art. This is me trying to do a ghost. I think I did a better ghost in my dream sequence art piece than this. But, you know, this is just me sketching it in a doodle. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So that is all 3 pieces of the prompts for Inktober of 2024. Now, I did feel some type of way because I'm like, once I start doing lettering, just know that I'm tired and I'm exhausted and I don't want to do it anymore. But I think when I was binging crafting these prompts that I was not pacing myself. And then also I got comfortable with the fact that I had so many finished ahead of time that I was not remembering to come back. I was just enjoying the break. But yeah. So Inktober is done. So this is my little chunk of Inktober of 2024. In November of 2024, we are back to the I Reveal studies. This is now me trying to do animals. Like she did turtles. I did like the way she drew turtles. This is my first attempt at drawing a turtle ever. This is my first attempt at drawing a bird ever. I try to do like different cactus styles again. Yeah, I do put like it sucks because this is my first time drawing a cat ever. Besides like a doodle of a black cat with no face for my Halloween illustrations back in the day. So this is me just trying. I'm just trying stuff. And so I don't know when this is, but considering it's November 14th, this is some more packaging for the Cross series on Prime. And this is me adding more packaging, junk journaling in my sketchbook. And I did a whole page. I really did like this. It's like very nice. And so now we're into, I don't even know when this is. Oh, December of 2024. So this is me trying to give my character Bob the Blob the justice that he's due by actually crafting a model sheet. And I did try to create like a colorway or color palette for his character. And this is me doing expressions. And I did recreate this digitally, but now that I have figured out what model sheets are for characters, I'm trying to craft something more serious going forward about my characters putting them on the right foot, because I'm also getting ready to revamp my comic for the 3rd time. Please don't judge me. This is my process and I'm enjoying it. So I don't know when this is. I think it was the same day as this. So this is in November, and this is me trying to recreate a logo for the name of my comic, The Blob Who Could. It's very cute, but I didn't end up using this at all. I actually ended up creating something else that you'll probably see in the future if I continue to remember to make YouTube videos, because algorithm pisses me off and I just get overwhelmed and just decide to stop doing YouTube videos. So I'm gonna save this one because I have to come back. Same with this one. This is now January 2025, and I just doodled. So I don't know, it was getting ready to be the end of the season before Super Bowl, and I just drew this because I thought it was cool. And yeah. I think I'll create something from this, but I'm not exactly sure. It was just something I doodled in my sketchbook because I just wanted to. This is now March of 2025, and this is me trying to, because I did not guarantee, but I did promise my stream audience on Twitch that I was going to create my own card set. We're now in 2026, so I'm now a year behind of doing this promise. I do still intend to do it. Because I think these are really cute characters. It's not a blob character. I don't know what character it is, but this is me trying to but this is back in February. So this is me just trying to figure out how I wanted to do it, how many sets there are. Yeah. So that means I'm doing 4 different card design sets. This, I don't know. I think this is 1 card design set. I may do one like this. I don't know. I do not know. But this is me just figuring it the heck out. So this is February and this is March. So before I put these, okay, so let me go back to this one. So I'm gonna go, it's out of order. So this is June of 2025. This is me using the, oh man, I don't know what they're called. It's something Brothers. They have a website where they have a lot of free drawing guides, drawing helpers, and this is me trying to learn how to draw a character. So I'm very much learning about the T of the face, and so I'm trying different eye locations and just seeing what it looks like and going from there. Same here in June of 2025. Just trying different things and trying the nose and seeing how that all looks. What is it? What am I trying to say? This practice helped me do my new profile picture from late 2025. So the character I ended up drawing that I'm pretty sure is still on my YouTube channel is due to my work in working with these helpers. And so this is still June 2025. Except for this, I'm not sure when I put this here. It could be the same time I put, where is it? This here. So this is probably back in February. But I didn't, there was nothing else here. And so I was like, let me just use the space. And so in June, I decided to continue on my, yeah. And as you can see, some of these characters are looking, some of these heads are looking very scary, looking very weird. I decided I wanted to try eyes just to see how I would like to use everything. But yeah. And so this was done in March of 2025. I think I wanted to create colorway sticker sheets or colorway illustrations. I was in the parking lot one day and I just pulled out my sketchbook because it does help with my anxiety when I'm out and about if I'm sitting somewhere. So I pulled them out and I just decided I was everything that was part of the color had to be indicative to the color. Like for red, I did tomatoes and a red popsicle and a red flower and stuff like that. But I ended up coloring over it because I didn't want the ink to fade or the pencil to fade because I was using a red pencil at this time to sketch. I don't think I'll do anything with any of this because I didn't end up doing much with it anyway. Yeah, so this is still June. This is me, a full spread of working on eyes. I decided to do weird shapes and then create faces out of the weird shapes. The same with over here. And this is me working with the ears. So this is eyes and this is ears. Again, weird shapes, crafting faces out of weird shapes. And then this is in May of 2025. And this was when I was planning my 2025 reading journal. Now I know this May is mid-year, but I think I was done with working in the reading journal I had at that time, and I wanted something more uniform. So this was me crafting printables of my journaling, so that I could just print them out and use them regularly. So this is just me working through the pages, looking, you know, exactly what I wanted to see and all that, you know. So this is all of that. My ratings in color, my genre chart, my monthly reads, monthly challenge, monthly stats. So that was just what helped me craft my 2025 reading journal that I posted about on the YouTube channel, then took it down once I realized I did end up finishing using it, but I didn't end up, like, it got to a point where I was just using the pages to notate what books I was reading at any given time instead of doing like the stats, the challenges. It just got a lot. And then the book got so big, I was just like, yeah, that's not going to work how I want it to. And so this is in June of 2025, and I was visiting a relative in the hospital. And as I was sitting there, it was a lot of things that was in the hospital room that were just inspiring me to draw something. So I just started doodling stuff that I was seeing in the hospital room and things that were, you know, feelings and, you know, stuff like that. And so I want to do something with this. I do call it Sticker Squad Designs, but I don't know what the heck. I think this was supposed to be like something on Patreon, but I'm not on Patreon at the moment. So it's like, yeah, I still haven't done anything. I've tried, but it's like my heart wasn't in it. So I just decided to stop. So this page, I decided to pull a piece of the pine saw because I like the name Pine Saw, and I just put it in the book. And this is when the book started getting thick, when I started putting more cardboard in the sketchbook, and then like random stuff trademarked. I don't know if it's trademarked or not, but this is just, you know, further me being goofy in my sketchbook and continuing the junk journaling aspect of my sketchbook. More faces, and this is now heads. I was trying to do necks. I'm just very, very, very horrible with heads and faces and whatnot. Same with here, like trying to do a twisted neck. I think I was finishing a portion. Like I have it broken up in packets. The freebies that I think it's something Brothers that they have on the website. I just made my own little relevant packets pertaining to certain subject matter. And I think this was when I was almost done with it. Now this one is, I went to go see Jurassic World. When is this? Something 2025 is already fading. I don't know when. I think this is, yeah, July. It might be July 2025. And I just decided to put this in here. Again, junk journaling. I think people do this in their sketchbook. I don't know if this is junk journaling or I'm just co-opting the name, but I don't know. I think that's what this is. But I do also add doodles to the page if I can. I had a crushed soda and I liked the colors and all that, so I decided to add the label, I guess it's called, and then like do my Posca marker, you know, vine. And so this is an old, I think this was me trying my acrylic. I had acrylic paint at this time, and this is from 2023. So see how things are out of time sequence is not all uniformly or chronologically, you know, in the place it's supposed to be. So this is it's just something that was out of my sketchbook that I glued into my sketchbook so that I would not have loose works everywhere. I don't know what I was going for with this, but it was fun to just, because I had did a whole white acrylic wash on it, and then I started using the Posca markers to do on top of it, and I don't know what the heck I was doing, but it's there. And then this was happy anniversary, 7th anniversary to Crafting by the Pound. This is back in 2023 as well. This is me also using the Poscas on top of acrylic paint, and then I used the gold acrylic. I don't know if y'all can see it, but yeah. And so this is supposed to be the finished piece to the bacteria charity benefit from the previous two illustrations I was showing y'all, and this was done in June of 2023. And so when I put this in here, I just decided to use, I think it was a marker, and just add a pattern on the background. But yeah, I should have framed this, but I'm glad I didn't, because now looking at it, I do like the bold colors. I do like the fact that the Posca markers look very nice, but I could definitely tell that I just gave up midway. And then the nib of the Posca markers were not the nib that I needed. It was too large or too thick. So yeah. And so these are my watercolor sketches from 2023. These are also loose pages that I had, so I just decided to glue them into the book. The ice cream, hamburger, French fries, and a fork, knife, and spoon, all done in 2023. I did these on stream as well, just to try them out. And then this is in July of 2025, and this is me doing my page thumbnails instead of doing like a whole page like I did for the original pages of the reading journal. But this is me doing my mid-year reading journal update and trying to sketch out the pages that I wanted for the mid-year. And yeah. And then this is an add-on page to the regular reading journal. So yeah. And so this page, and I believe this page is dedicated to Hattie B's chicken. I like the bag that was sent to us when we ordered, and I just decided to put it in the sketchbook. And then this is just something I thought was really cute. This is me testing out my gold, I believe, gel pens, some watercolor swatches, some alcohol marker swatches, some pen swatches. Yeah, so I just decided to glue that in here because I've always liked the way this looked, especially the gold and silver on the background of these paint blotches. And then this page has strawberry shortcakes. I had bought some of these because they reminded me of a kid. I was feeling nostalgic, so I bought these, and then I wanted to keep the box, like some of the parts of the box, so I glued those in here as well. And this is an old watercolor piece that I did back in 2023. I am recreating this because this is supposed to be, I think, a worm, like in the SpongeBob episode of the, what is it? Was it an earthworm? What was it? Bullworm. It was a bullworm. So this is supposed to be like a bullworm amongst the desert. And yeah, so this, I'm gonna recreate this because I did this on stream, and it was, I had just moved, and it was, I had finally got my computer set up, and I wanted to just do some art because I hadn't did art in a minute since the move. So this was it. Yeah. And yeah, here's little Debbie herself. Here's a strawberry, and I just pulled out the Poscas and just filled in some of the space. This is another illustration I did in 2023, watercolor. I don't know. I think I was trying to create separation. Look, y'all, a lot of the stuff that I was doing back then, I don't know what the heck I was doing. This is from 2021. Yikes. I think this is when I first got my watercolors. And yeah. It's so weird to see how I was doing my eyes then. This is what Bob was looking like back then. This character here, that's what Bob was looking like back then. Yikes. And then this was something I did in 2022. This is me still playing around with the watercolors. And then to be cheeky, I decided to, in the white space, do Somewhere Over the Rainbow and like music notes. So yeah. And then this was also done in 2022. And this is me also still playing with the watercolors just to see how they layered over each other. And then with my Posca markers, I decided to fill in the white space and do, how you doing? Howdy do. Hello. Hi. How are ya? Hello. This is something else I did in 2022. And this is still like another, kind of like this. Me just trying out, the watercolors, trying to figure out, okay, the consistency I wanted and how to keep this wash from kind of happening. And I just filled in the spaces with some doodles. And I think this is I was trying to figure out like a daily page spread or like my planner pages that I wanted to have. So this is me trying to sketch out stuff. And this is in September of 2025. I think I only ended up using this one and maybe this one. But these two I didn't actually continue to use, like consistently use. So they were new. And then this is the rest of the strawberry shortcake. I did like this. I like this. This is me doodling the strawberry shortcake because it's a shortcake with strawberry filling around. It's really good. It's too sweet in my opinion because the shortcake is extremely sweet, but it was a great snack when I was growing up. And so this is September 2025. This is me sketching out my Crafting by the Pound logo. Because I don't really have an official logo for Crafting by the Pound that actually is indicative of its name. So this is me trying to sketch out, stuff. And I am the one that I have that I've shown, I'm going to tweak it a little bit. Just tweak it just a little bit. I'm not trying to redo it. I'm just going to tweak it just a little bit. But this was the foundation of me crafting what you now see on my social medias as my logo. And then this came in I had got a birthday box for my 33rd birthday. And so I like this, so I wanted to add this to the book as well. This actually did move. So unfortunately, when it moved here, and I can't move it back because it's now officially adhered to the page more securely. So yeah. And then I had some Chobani yogurt, and I liked the look of it, so I added it. And then I did the Posca markers around everything, and yeah. Same with the Cheez-Its. It's like it got to the point where I was just filling in pages with stuff that I had around the house, and yeah. And then this was part of the actual birthday box that I had, and it took up 2 pages, but it's a thick cardboard, like it's really, really thick, and it does add to the bulk. Like as you can see, the sketchbook is now officially bulky at this point, but I wanted to keep this, so I had to cut it down, and this is part of my birthday box. And so this is my reading journal that I now have that I have not yet shown y'all, so I will have to film that, flip through. But this is me just sketching out the pages that I wanted to have for the 2026 reading journal and January, and just kind of take things that I did use in the other reading journal of 2025 and then recreate them here. And so this is the mid-year pages that I want to do. I actually forgot to scan these. I need to scan this. And then this is also me just trying different things about the sticker paper, because at this point, and oh sorry, this is December of 2025, but at this point I decided I do like sticker sheets. I do like crafting sticker sheets. So this is just me being like, okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? So this is just me brainstorming, more brainstorming, like the headers and stuff like that. And then I had like I think 4 pages left in the sketchbook, and I just decided to go full hog. So this is me doing my live stream overlays, because if y'all have not noticed, I have not streamed in probably 10 months now, so almost a year. And I need to redo a lot of stuff. I've done all my emotes, all my animated GIFs, all of them are done. I did those, I believe, in early December. So I need to now do the overlays in a way that is actually relevant to my brand and me as a creative. So this is me just sketching out. This is version 1 of a sketch out for overlay for like a starting soon page. This is me attempting to sketch out what my actual art screen is going to look like. I didn't like it, so I moved on to this page. This seems more of what I want, and so yeah, I don't know if this is going to be it or not, but I have scanned this one so that I know that's what I want. And then this is me attempting to sketch another like starting soon screen based off what my art studio looks like now, and I didn't like it, so I moved on. And I actually fleshed this one out a little bit more. This one actually, I think, is the one that I will use for like my starting soon's stream ended be right back screen, I think. And then I use this back page to like draw some notes that I had after I did all that sketching of different things that I wanted, that will kind of like help me finalize some things. And so now to the last 2 final illustrated pages. So this is December 30th, 2025. So this is like a few days ago. This is me sketching some icons that I want to have as a sticker on a sticker sheet page thing. And this is just me just, you know, doodling some stuff. I think I did this lettering really cute. I've never done this lettering before a day in my life, but I like it a lot. I did mail, email, TV. Let's see what else. Clock. And this is on the 31st. So I ended up going a day over. And then emotions. Now this one was very confusing because I forgot how to draw emotions. But yeah, I'm gonna figure this out. So that is the ending of like illustrated pages. Going on to the next 2 pages. These are just my swatches. So this is from November. These are my coloring pencil swatches. My crayon swatches, all from November. I think this is me just trying out colors, I think. And then this is, I made many pages of the Ohuhu 320 marker set. So I have it in the back of my book if I ever did decide to use, like, to just need reference and I didn't want to pull out the bigger pages. And then these are from my Tombow dual brush pens. These are all the colors I have, by the way. And then these are the alcohol markers that I did have once upon a time. That includes the 5 Below. That includes the Arteza. So I don't have any of these anymore. None at all. None at all. And then, yeah, that's it. Lord. Lord, Lord, Lord. So that is my sketchbook number 2. And I am now moving on to my sketchbook number 3. Thank y'all so much for watching. I will hopefully see y'all in another video. And yeah, any comments, suggestions, critiques, additional conversational pieces, you can put them down in the comments and I will definitely read them and reply back to y'all as quickly as I can. And if not, I will hopefully see y'all on my other social medias. I am on Instagram, YouTube, and Threads. And if you do want to end up supporting me, you can definitely check out my link in the description that goes directly to my Ko-Fi and also my physical product shop, and my digital shop, and Twitch. So yeah. Okay, I think that's it, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go. Have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day, and I will see y'all later. Bye.